Guys, a simple thing here too is what you were mentioning there, Mark, how young kids, they'll just like get up and run, right? They don't realize what they're doing, but they're microdosing, something that we tend to stop microdosing. Joel Green came onto the podcast, and what does he call it when he just like randomly goes into a sprint?
Being a psychopath. I called him the other day. He just got done doing those. He's like, I just hit my sprints.
So Joel Green will, from cold, right? He'll be walking, being cold, he'll just hop into like a 20-second sprint. Not at 100%, but hop into it because he talked about how, you know, as you get older, that's one of the skills you lose, your explosive ability. So he just randomly does it so that he always has the ability to randomly hop into a sprint. Think about this. Many people probably haven't been sprinting who listen in, or maybe you have been. But when's the last time you just went from cold? Usually you have to warm up, do your mobility, get a few hops in, you know, grease out the joints, and then you do a 50% sprint. But if you microdose that shit, like let's say you're on a 10-minute walk, and then you're like, okay, I'm going to go 50%. Just boom, just go. Go for like 30 steps and stop. Do that. Slowly increase your the amount of time you do that each day, each week, each month, and then you're going to be able to kind of sprint. Don't open it up too quick, though. Like, don't open your stride up. I've pulled my hamstring doing that shit, but you can keep that ability.
Could you do a little tiny fucking plyometric jumping down from the curb? I mean, you know, because like some people that are heavier and some people that haven't done much in a long time, they're like, I'm not jumping down from that curb. It's going to fucking hurt my ankle. Or if you're heavier, you're like, man, that's a lot of pressure. It feels like my foot's going to explode. Can you work your way into some of these things? I mean, I think there's a lot of simple things that you can kind of add to your day that will keep you ahead. But if you're not, you have to figure out a way to continue to move. So like, what's going to encourage movement from you? Is it running? Is it walking? Is it cycling? Like, God, hopefully you can find something.
When you're at work, you guys have seen us use this thing, this Nero ball from Naboso, right? It breaks in half. But while we're podcasting, both Mark and I, and Andrew has one under his feet over there, break this in half. We have this.
I'm using this right now. This is part of my recovery from my run yesterday.
Exactly. You know, we have it both under all of our feet. We're fucking able to smash out the bottom of our feet, find weird spots, stand on it, stretch out our toes. All these little things have been paying massive dividends for the way our feet move and the way we move. Like, I've been noticing in jiu-jitsu when I'm like doing certain things with balance and moving, I'm just like, whoa, I'm feeling way less inhibited. Like you mentioned, like usually you have inhibitions when you do things. Well, my feet are feeling way less inhibited. I'm moving in ways I haven't before. But these small microdosed habits are compounding over time. And it's the little shit. It's the little shit. What you can do is you could pay attention to the times during the day when you're just sitting doing nothing, or when you're just sitting and working. How can you implement a habit within that that's not going to get in the way of your doing, but that's going to allow you to progress in something as far as your health is concerned? There's a lot. Power Project fam, this episode is brought to you by Vivo Barefoot shoes. We've been wearing these shoes for almost a year now. They're flexible. They have a wide toe box. They allow your feet to get connected to the ground, and they will make your feet stronger, and they don't look like shit like a lot of these other barefoot shoes. Andrew, how can they get them?
For the best barefoot shoes on the planet, and they also look really, really good, head over to vivobarefoot.com/powerproject. At checkout, enter promo code PowerProject20 to save 20% off. Again, vivobarefoot.com/powerproject, promo code PowerProject20 to save 20% off. Links to them down in the description, as well as the podcast show notes. Let's go ahead and get back to this podcast.
You could be more offensive in your day rather than playing the defense. You know, if you think about the way that someone's going to play jiu-jitsu or play football, the way that someone's going to play a sport has a lot to do with their understanding of how their body works. And usually people are pretty smart. You know, the guy who doesn't have great conditioning is probably going to figure out ways of playing off their back. You know, the guy, he's going to want to try to relax, and he's going to want to try to like just really not take a lot of risks. And he's kind of hoping that you probably mess up. I'd imagine it's hard to be like amazing when you're limited to that. But there's guys that probably figure it out, where you're like, that guy's fucking, how does he, like he gets people in pretty good, but how much better would he be if he didn't have those inhibitions?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the thing again, it's very simple, and it's just adding in small habits in. One thing that you said that you've been getting a lot, Mark, is actually, I think you referenced it in your post, how people are wondering, well, you know, the reason you got time and the reason you're able to do all this is because you're rich, bro. isn't it? Right? This is just because you got money now. That's why you're like, let me go take a run. So Power Project family, I hope you enjoyed this clip. We are on Discord and Reddit. We're trying to talk to you guys and build a community down there. So the links are in the bio. But remember, like, comment, subscribe, share this out with people so you can share the wealth of health. As cheesy as that fucking sounds. Peace.